First off, a beautiful good morning. Um, I come in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Um, Jesus was real. Jesus was preparing the path and stuff for things to come. Those before him was making a path for Jesus to come. I'm here making the path for others to come. Stephen Andrews, Atiba Snags, to my daughters, to my wife, to everybody that is that's fighting the good fight and so on. Okay. First off, man, hands down, every illness is real. So, mental illness is real. Okay. Um, if you are struggling and stuff and you need help, please go seek help. Okay. Do not be afraid. If you experience something and it's like the spirits of God and so on, and you're afraid that they gonna label you schizoaffective, schizoaffective bipolar, or some kind of schizo, you know what I mean? Do not be afraid. Take the labeling because just the same way you protect your kids and the government protect you, okay? The same way like for my daughter, my daughter could do all kind of tricks and stuff. I will always be that authoritative figure looking over her and stuff at all times to protect her and so on, right? The government also gonna protect you. Always remember that. If you don't believe in God and so on, the government will always protect you. All right, I would say that. But always remember this right here too, right? The same way the government could look over you and trick you and play mind games and stuff. There's a God over the government. Okay. All right. Let's suppose now. I'm gonna take my time and I will say this one right here. Okay. There's my kids. There's me. There's my kids. There's my wife. There is me. There is the government. There is don't hear me on this one right here now. There's a devil and there is God. Okay? This is gonna come really tricky right here. Inside of your chest, there is a God. Okay. God communicates to everybody. So maybe that's what it is. God communicates to everybody through, just like, is it E.T., man? E.T. was the one who had the little light right here. He had the light on his finger, right? I can't remember. Like, there's some kind of alien that, like, when something is happening, like his chest or belly area lights up and so on. You know what I mean? Um, and then it's E.T. and every one of them, that's where they light up and so on. Like when they're coming together and so on. When E.T. and all his partners, all his extraterrestrial partners came together and so on, everything was lighting up. That's how God works. You know what I mean? And for Stephen Andrews and those who know the Bible and stuff, especially Atiba Snags and so on, where two or three are gathered in my name, I'm there. Remember that? Okay. So it's very true. Everybody will be equipped with the necessary resources and stuff to help them through. Okay. Um, I wouldn't call it lazy, but I would just use that for a second, right? I was lazy. I didn't like to carry on the Bible and stuff because I felt like I knew everything. I didn't have to worry about anything. Okay. And that was pretty significant if you think about it. Because one time Peter asked Christ if everything disappear, if the Bible disappear, if all fundamentals of religion and spirituality and the government fall apart, what is one thing to remember? Christ in the Peter and said, love your neighbor as you love yourself. That's the greatest commandment. Okay. Even though, because lucky for me, there was people before me and stuff. Okay. And I was glad I was aware of it, and I was kind of hard. I was struggling to identify if it's real because me knowing the government, me like working for the government, understand how people work and so on. Nobody wouldn't push anybody to go and commit mass shootings and so on. It's just irrational. You know what I mean? Um, so I was saying, just like people saying to me right now, like people saying or looking through my videos and probably saying like, yeah, like I could see a little bit of schizo in him, or probably if not a little bit of schizo, probably saying full, like the full stage or whatever. And I'm saying, but at the end of the day, they will probably say that they could see, they probably they could see some stuff in me that is kind of not adding up, and um, the government is probably right and so on. Okay. Um, Remember now, in one day there's two forces, which is night and day. In the government also there's two forces. Okay, right? Sorry, good and evil. There's, in the government there's two forces. Okay. Um, Lucky for me, I had even though I was getting pounded and stuff, man. I still had that. Um, God was still working with me. You know what I mean? And I'm trying to make videos now to help other people out and so on. Um, that mark of the beast stuff is real. You know what I mean? And what is going to happen anytime somebody comes in the name of the Lord, or have a divine intervention and a message to give to other people and so on. Just like the Bible, man, the devil will gonna come and dirty that person. He'll make it look like that person has chicken pox, that person is mentally ill, that person has a superiority complex and so on. Because think about it, right? If you come in the name of the Lord, man, you feeling like a superhero. You know what I mean? So like, if you go look up the diagnosis of schizophrenia, that's the tricks of the devil trying to blacklist you so other people don't listen to you. Right? Think about this, man. It's the key principle of war. Understand your enemy. You know what I'm saying? I I, I don't like to use the word enemy, but it will sink into people much faster. Right? The devil been around for a long time. He knows the Bible. He knows the human being. If you think you could trick a devil, you're wrong. Okay? The devil will trick you. But remember now, right? God, God never lost a battle. God has never lost a battle. So the devil could trick you, but for you to trick the devil, I shouldn't say trick, but for you to defeat the devil, you have to stand with God. You have to stand with God. And that was my mistake, man, because my mom was giving me Bibles and stuff. You know, people feeding me biblical instructions and stuff, and I was ignoring it because I felt I was fully equipped for battle. But I, what I know, because what I know for battle versus what I experienced was two different things. Because I never seen the devil. I was like, it's no big deal. Like when I see, because I was stubborn like that. Like I was looking for. Don't laugh at me and stuff, right? But I was looking for like an extraterrestrial alien looking, weird looking stuff with horns and no, they don't come like that. And I kind of knew that too, eh? But I was just like sometimes they would throw stuff at you like lizard shifters and so on, and I didn't believe in that. So if I didn't believe in that, and I didn't believe the devil was um, a creature with horns and stuff and weird. It's something weird I was looking for. But just like the Matrix and stuff, they uses people. They uses the government. If you think Hollywood, even though it's like stuff in Hollywood comes to pass, you know what's the greatest? If I would like, I'm not of the devil, okay? Because that's why I started off in the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, right? So please believe I'm not a devil, and I'm not scared. So, okay, I'm not gonna take that labeling, um, because according to because the psychiatry industry is split half and half when it comes to schizophrenia. They believe that like uh, not everybody who is schizo deserve medicine, okay? But they will agree on the labeling, you know what I mean? But they wouldn't agree on medicine. I'm not special one. That's why nobody ever come to my house. I'm like, okay, Joel, it's time for you to go on medicine. We've been monitoring you on YouTube, me monitoring your movements and stuff, because they know I'm stable. You know what I mean? Um, so I'm just gonna get a message out because the devil doesn't want the message out. Um, the Matrix thing is very, very real. You know what I mean? Um, look at Kanye. Okay, everybody was telling Kanye he was bipolar, and a lot of people were saying stuff like, when you get with a white woman and stuff, man, they destroy your life and so on. And I mean, they make you think you're crazy because like they can't relate to your culture, they can't relate to your lifestyle, they can't relate to your traditional norms and stuff. You know what I mean? Like if like okay, I'm not gonna give a if, I'm gonna give a true story. One time I cut the cake with my mom, man. Right, my mom doesn't have a significant other in her life and stuff. Like her kids uh, was her pride and joy. Her kids was her gems. Okay, so my mom was happy that I had a house and a pool and I had all these stuff that she wanted and stuff in life. So she would always celebrate with me. So one time for her birthday in the summertime, her birthday was July 1st or something like that. I cut the cake with her, right? And my mom fed it to me. My wife thought that was the most disgusting thing. And her saying it so repeatedly in front of her friends, even her friends thought it was disgusting too. Stand up for a second. If your mom feed you cake, what's so disgusting about that? Right? And I always remember too, right? If I don't want to stay too long, man, but I gotta start making points now. One time, a bunch of cars and stuff, and I caught and I captured it on on social media. A bunch of cars. I was at my uncle's shop, and this guy come and hit a whole bunch of cars and so on. I seen it. The guy, one of my uncle friends and stuff, seen it too. You know what I mean, you know, he said to me. He said, my aunt and all said it. Lisa Acquis. I want to throw Lisa Acquis in this portion also. She's in Virginia, Richmond. You guys get with her if you want to back up the story. We all standing together and stuff, right? Everybody wants to call the cops. Okay, everybody saying, everybody in that circle too. My uncle, my aunt, the guy, everybody say like, let's call the cops and so on. What do you believe when the cops came? Nobody wants to testify what's going on. Sorry, again, of course. The guy said to us, okay, the cop is coming. Um, he's going to ask us questions. Remember now, we didn't see anything. So you said, let's call the cops now because the guy is obviously drunk and stuff and getting on, that's so true now, I'm going to say getting on wassy, but getting on bad and stuff. And I mean, because he's really drunk, he's intoxicated and you could see it, you know what I mean, in his behavior. He's slamming his phone, talking about it, you know what I mean, putting on a really good acting show because he's frustrated and so on. So you guys made your mind up to call the cops. When all the cops coming now, right? Because I was ready to talk now, and I'm pretty sure my aunt was ready to talk. Like, yeah, we seen it and so on. You know what the guy said to us? Okay, the cop coming. Don't say anything. That second right there, and then he was the first one too, right? He said he said nah, I didn't see anything. So sorry about that. So then like the cop asked my aunt, did you see anything? Ah, nah, I didn't see anything. I came after stuff was done. And then he asked me too. And I said the same thing. Because I just watched the series of pattern of everybody before me said they didn't see anything. And plus, I was instructed in that brief second, you know what I mean? Yo, with the cop come and don't say anything. So I like, damn. That's how skets will work. You know what I mean? Um, I'm not schizo work. That's how this program worked and stuff, man. They um they set it up in such a way that like um everybody I talked to and stuff was saying that about me. So it was kind of at times I was starting to believe it. Like maybe I do need medicine. You know what I mean? But that's the tricks of the devil also. Like you go in a room and he says to everybody, okay, let's play a trick on him and stuff. It's going to be an experiment because I'm not telling everybody this is an experiment. All right. Um, let's pretend this guy Brett stinks and so on. Okay, every time he passes by, and they're putting people in the police station, like, and the local cops can't do nothing about it because these guys are federal agents. You know what I mean? You know, they're saying to them, because if Secret Service could convince the state troopers to use their office so that I could come and talk to them, they could use the local police also saying, hey, Mr. Thorpe and so on going to be coming here and stuff. He's going to be complaining stuff. We're going to, this woman right here, she belongs to us and so on. She is the only one that is going to be talking with him. Because every time I go there, I only talk to one person every time. So that person is not on duty 24 hours a day. It's impossible, right? So think about it. So anyways, um, with that said now, every time Mr. Talk come here, let's pretend his breath stink. I know my breath stink. You know what I'm saying? I have proper hygiene. If anything, look at my swag, look everything about me and stuff is well put together. I have every teeth in my mouth and so on. You know, of course I'm gonna have more than breath, but like I don't have a a permanent odor in my mouth. You know what I mean? Because I practice proper hygiene. So I know that in my mind, my breath clean, but everybody convinced me, I go and brush it. How many times am I going to brush my teeth before I realize that they're playing tricks on me? You know what I'm saying? Well, that's the thing with me. I got bamboozled in 2018. You know what I mean? But I'm glad that they kept it going. Detective Schaefer said maybe they was tweaking their medicine. It's a possibility. But at that point, I knew like it wasn't me no more. I'm fully functional, and they was playing tricks on me. To this day now, and I realized the government is like this. They would kneel on your neck. No, like when everybody like that guy was gonna come off his neck. I promise you, that cop was gonna come off that. Not Eric Garner, man. I forget his name. George Floyd. Um, that cop was gonna come off of George Floyd's neck if the camera wasn't around. But cops practice ownership. Like if he had come off of the guy's neck in front of the camera and stuff, he still would have he would have been in trouble. But at least he would not be in trouble with a guy dying. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not against Blue Lives Matter. Okay. For some reason, I know that's another trick of the trade the devil's using right now to kind of disrupt our nation. Okay. Um, so they practice ownership. Like if they shoot somebody and so on, they gotta make it look like it's intentional. Even though it's accidental, you gotta make it look like it's intentional and so on. And say like, what would you do if somebody's coming at you with a knife, blah 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 blah. You know what I mean? And accidents do happen, and that's the thing. How could you separate it? Like a conspiracy. Like sometimes you just have to like, if you study a conspiracy, you go crazy. You know what I'm saying? That's why a lot of my videos when I put it up online, a lot of people don't. You know what I mean? Like it's too much for them. They're like, okay, fuck it. It's like I'm gonna label it a conspiracy. Let's move on. You know what I'm saying? You know, and thank God I was not raised for conspiracy theory, right? Um, right before I went to talk to the sheriff in Watertown, Atiba was telling me that about for some reason that at that moment. So I'm consider the Matrix. For some reason at that point, he was telling me about whole stuff on the culture of conspiracy theories, and I went in to talk to the sheriff about what's going on. I accidentally said that. So through psychographing and stuff, That's what it taught of me. So that, like, let's use conspiracy theory against him. When it didn't work and stuff, man, um, they tried to pull up stuff from my medical charts to kind of make it fit like a puzzle to make it look like I was crazy. When that didn't work and stuff now, um, they like it's done. And even if it's not done, like they know that I don't need any medicine anymore. You know what I mean? But because of this is our devil program, and because of the devil know that his time is coming to an end, and he doesn't want that, and like he is fighting. I think God is the only God. Cause I said like cause after everything I was going through, I was like, yo, it gotta be two sides to God, man. And I mean, um, God, the God of my spirituality is the true and living God, because He said, I am the way, the truth, and the light. I am the way. So there's no other way but Him. I am the truth. Everybody use trickery. I don't use trickery. You know what I'm saying? And I am the light. You know what I'm saying? So that's it. I mean, um, so anytime let's suppose like I am blind, I don't have any hearing anymore, I lost all senses, I don't have any legs, I don't know which island to pick, because like, there's two islands. There's one of my spirituality, and there's one of something different. If I gotta pick anything, okay, and that's not me playing into the schizo being a superiority complex, or egotistical complex. I know one thing for a fact. If I gotta choose anything, and all things fall apart on this earth, I'm picking the one with the way, the truth, and the light. I mean, and the devil can't trick you on that one. The government program can't trick you on that one. Man can't trick you on that one. Okay, because just like the Matrix and stuff, only God knows your your true secret. Nobody knows that secret. You know what I mean? Because in warfare and stuff, if you give out your secrets and stuff, the enemy will defeat you. There's a secret inside of you that nobody knows. And I experienced that. And today they probably think, because I expose everything online, but why I never exposed the communication telepathically between me and that person. The devil talks, but God doesn't talk.